Welcome to another week of Marcel Women's Soccer Interviews. We're here with Coach Miller. Lions opened with a 2-2 tie Saturday at Mount Olive. And Coach, how do you feel about the first game?
It was good. I thought we played well. We had some adversity when we got up at 7 in the morning to travel to go play for a 4 o'clock kickoff and a 5.5-hour trip. But I thought once we got our legs under ourselves and we're ready to go, we gave up 2 goals in the first 20 minutes. So we were a little bit down after that, but we made some adjustments and just really talked about the things that we wanted to try to execute before the game. We talked to the players and, hey, we're doing these things, and about 2 to 5 they said no, and we fixed those things, and then we played much better, which I was very proud of, and was glad that they could overcome those adverse situations.
Were there any particular performances, any particular players that really stood out?
Yeah, I thought, once we got some continuity going, we started to figure out 3 midfielders did really well connecting in the second half with each other. Obviously, Rachel Weber, she scored 2 goals for us in the second half and did very, very well. I really thought she could have an opportunity to get the game winner for us and have a hat trick, but it was a bit unfortunate where that didn't occur. Some other players stepped up. We had some freshmen that played really, really well in their first collegiate games, Murray Meyer and Megan Stiville, so they really stepped up and came in and did well as freshmen and just fit right in.
Playing up against UNC Asheville Wednesday, what are you hoping your team to get out of that, and what's sort of the goal there going into that match?
It's another opportunity for us to play high-level competition. Hopefully it's a team that will resemble the types of teams that we'll play within Division II and within our conference. So I think it'll be a good test for us to see kind of where we're at. So these are all hopefully good games to prepare us for, which is obviously the main goal is our conference, and which that starts on Saturday versus Newberry. So it's another preparation game to make sure that we're ironing things out, getting some continuity between our players and who's playing well and connecting, and then we'll go from there.
All right, and you mentioned opening Newberry Saturday. What do you look for from them?
Who knows? I mean, every year everything changes. The motto that we've taken this year is really just to focus one game at a time. So we try not to talk about other games in advance. Basically, the main focus, like I told the girls after Saturday, enjoy Sunday off and enjoy the time on Monday. We need to focus on Wednesday. As soon as Wednesday's over, then we'll focus on the next opponent, which we do there. So we're really trying to make a conscious effort of going one game at a time so we don't get ahead of ourselves or get too frustrated if things don't go the way that we like. But everybody in our conference is tough, and you have to be ready to play every day, and hopefully the girls take that mentality when it comes to training and for every opposition that we play on a daily basis.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
We got Rachel Weber coming up. Rachel, come on. All right, Rachel Weber scored 2 goals this weekend, helped Lions overcome a 2-0 deficit. Rachel, can you take us through what happened on those couple goals?
I went in, and starting second half is I think when the goals occurred. Hannah took an amazing ball out and crossed it in on the right, where the goalie happened to fumble the ball out. And thankfully I followed it in, and I just kind of did a little baby header in, thank God.
All right. And then the second one just kind of ended up on your foot, I guess is what it sounded like, or?
One of those things where it happened so fast I don't quite remember it, but all I remember is I got the ball, and I got it past one of the defenders, and I slid. I tapped the ball in by sliding, and it thankfully went past the goalie as well. She kind of came out and tried to get it, and I got it past her as well, thank God.
All right, kind of transition from defender to forward this season. What's that been like? And
it's super exciting. I've never played forward in my entire life, so it kind of gives me that feeling of excitement to start soccer again, go back in and just start something fresh. So I'm so excited for this, the opportunity. I kind of like to run, and I usually kind of got leashed back in as a defender because it kind of was my weakness, and now I can use it to help benefit me in this situation. So it makes me excited to play again.
Okay, so you're from Las Vegas. How does someone from Vegas end up in Marcel?
So it's actually through my sister Brittany Ott, who used to be an athletic trainer here, and my senior year, it was her first year here, and so I was looking, I didn't even know if I wanted to play soccer or not, and she happened to be the athletic trainer for the women's soccer team, and I wanted to be somewhat close to family, but I wanted to try something new. So Brittany was like, well, why don't you come check out Marcel? And I ended up really liking it, and thankfully Ken saw a video of me and he was willing to take me on the women's soccer team. So I had soccer and family and like doing something new in the bag by coming to Mars Hill. So I was like, why not? So I just went for it.
All right. Well, what are your goals going forward this season?
I definitely want to win a lot more games than we did last year. You could tell that we tried hard last year, but it was more or less just the finishing issue. Like, we had great structure behind everybody, and now it's just kind of getting to that point. And I would love to actually make it into like further into this tournament. We usually make it to the first round, and I would love to tell the people who said we were going to get 10th in conference that we can actually do way better than that, way further ahead than that.
Well, we'll hope the team can go ahead and do that. Thanks,
Definitely.
Rachel.
Thank you.
We're going to talk to Alyssa Morris next. All right, Alyssa, team opened up with that 2-2 tie Saturday. What are your feelings about that match and going forward?
I was very, very pleased with our match. In the past years, I think we would have given up after the 2 goals. I know if we were down 1 goal, it was like, okay, we can probably do this. But down 2, we definitely would have given up in past years. So the heart and the hustle of this team this year, it's something to be scared of, and we're going to bring those into the conference games.
Like Coach Miller was talking, you're kind of playing up against Asheville this week. What are you hoping to get out of that as a team?
Hopefully we can prove to ourselves that we're good enough to play against these girls. I actually went and watched them, and I think that we can have a really good game against them.
Right, and conference play opening up Saturday. I know Coach doesn't want you to look ahead, but what are your thoughts on conference play opening this week?
I'm super excited. Newberry's always been kind of a vice for this team. We've always had kind of grudge matches, and it's always been physical, which actually the whole conference is very physical. But I'm super excited to get it going, and because I really think big things are coming for this team.
All right, well, thanks to Alyssa, and thanks to our other guests, Ken Miller and Rachel Weber. Like we said, Mars Hill plays at Asheville Wednesday and at Newberry Saturday. We'll have all those live links for stats, video on the website, and you can always check mhclions.com for those recaps. Thanks for joining us, and we'll hope to talk about a couple wins next week.